Hey guys, I'm Jordan and you're watching Fixbook. But 10 seconds before we get started, I made this video to help you, so please help me if it helps you. It only takes a second or two. It's a great help if you subscribe, like, and or leave a comment down below. That's it. Let's get started. Hey guys, I'm Jordan and today I'm going to show you how to replace your starter on your 96 through 2000 Honda Civic.
Alright guys, and what you will need for today is a 3/8 ratchet, a few extensions, a 14mm socket, and a 10mm socket. Also a 12mm wrench and a 10mm wrench, and a magnet is helpful, and you will also need a Phillips head screwdriver. Before you do anything, you must disconnect the battery cable. Okay guys, and the first thing you'll need to do, you'll come over here and loosen up this hose clamp. Then you're going to pull this piece out from the hose. And then you also need to unplug this connector right here. Either unplug it or pull it out. There we go. Just do that. And then, once you loosen this off, you'll just pull this hose right off there. And then if you have the airbox style, you'll go ahead and pull the other end of this off out of the airbox. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm pulling this thing off right here. And I'm just going to lay it off to the side. Now we can get in this area where we'll need to be with our starter a little bit easier. Now we're at a bit of a better angle, and you can see this clutch line. You can't see the starter too well, but the clutch line is actually mounted to a bracket which is sitting on top of your starter. So that's where your starter is. The next thing I'm going to do is I believe normally there's a bracket here, and you want to pull that coolant hose up and kind of out of the way so you can get to your starter a little bit better, and just kind of move these hoses. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this bracket off, and we should be able to start to get to the starter from there. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and remove this bolt right here. And the size of the bolt head on this one is 10mm, so get your 10mm socket and go ahead and get this guy off. And just set this little series of brackets here off to the side. Alright, and the next thing we'll do is remove these two plugs. There's one right here and one right here. This one is bolted on, and it's a 12mm in size nut. So go ahead and get your ratchet and socket and begin to remove this guy right here. And it looks like I'm going to use a wrench instead, so go ahead and get you a 12mm wrench on that. And this one just pulls right off. So just go ahead and pull like that. That's one of them. You get that off, and we'll get that off. And next we'll take the mounting bolts off. And you just take this wire off like that, hang it off to the side. And then for the two mounting bolts, I believe it's a 14mm bolt up top there and a 17mm bolt down more towards the bottom left there. And we'll get those off, and we'll pull the starter right out. Okay guys, before I take this bolt off, I'm gonna attempt to show you where it's at here. And it's right down in there. Let's see. Get a nice close up on it right there. And so when you see me taking that one off, you'll know it's over there. And then the other one will be right, let's see, I'm not gonna be able to get to it from here. You can barely see it. Well, I can just barely see it, so it's going to be right there underneath, and you will be able to feel it. So feel for it, and then you can get your socket and extension on there and go ahead and take it off with the ratchet. Okay guys, and what I like to do is go ahead and take your extension with the 14mm socket on there, set it on there, and then I'll take my ratchet, make sure it's spinning the right way, and attach it. And then go ahead and break it loose there. And then I always like to use my extension with the socket on there. It's kind of like a screwdriver. Just kind of use that, it makes it go faster. And then, I love these magnets too. It makes life so much easier. So you just pull your bolt out of there, and then we're going to find the one underneath. Alright guys, and now we're going to go ahead and get the bolt that is underneath the alternator. And earlier I said I thought it might be a 17mm, but it actually is a 14mm as well. So go ahead and get your ratchet and extension ready. We're going to go ahead and get on here. Ooh, that was on tight. Oh man. Whew. Alright guys, so now once you finally get this last bolt here out, you're just gonna pull it all out here. And maybe I just thought I got it. Yeah, still got a little ways to go. Well, that's a long bolt. Alright, should we get now? Well, I guess I still got a ways to go. Let's see if we got it now. But the starter should just slide right out here. And I guess it would if I had to bolt all the way out. There we go. And there we go. So just gonna slide that out. Now just pull it right out through here. And look at that. And that's it right there. So you got it out, and that was the top bolt. So if you could just imagine it was in like that, and you got to the top bolt from there, and you could see how hard it would be to see the bolt down there. So if you could just imagine, it's kind of hidden right there. And that's pretty much all there is to replacing your starter. I will say when we go to put it back in, I'll show you how to get a better start on here. If you imagine, alright, we're bringing in our new starter now, although this isn't a new one, but we're going to bring it in and we'll set it down in there, and we'll do the top bolt first this time. So when we go to put this back in, I'm going to take my socket and bolt like that. I'll set that off to the side, and then I'll go ahead and grab the starter, and I'm going to look down in there, I'm going to stick it in there. It should just kind of like line up like so. And I got it in there. And then I'll make sure it's lined up well. I'll take my extension and socket and bolt here. And if God is willing, then it'll just slip in there nice and easy. It won't drop like it did, so that's good. So I'll just go ahead and screw it in there like I screw with my extension. And it was a very quick job. It's pretty easy. I was reading on All Data now. All Data, they have the ease of job rating, or the tech rating. And in the field, there's what they consider, I guess, A techs, B techs, and C techs. And this is rated as a C tech job when brakes are rated as a B tech job. So this is supposed to be an easier job than brakes. So it's really not that tough of a thing to do here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that terribly long bolt back in down here on the bottom. There we go. Oh. This job is flowing nicely. Not a whole lot of trouble, that's a good thing. Oh yeah, I would advise that you guys, you're gonna drop everything. But yeah, get a magnet. Magnets make jobs so much easier when you drop stuff, and it just makes life so much easier. And once you've had one, you'll be like, how did I live without it? And then there'll be times where you don't have it, and you'll be like, really, I don't have my magnet? Okay, so you got your bolts back in there, and go ahead and just tighten them down, and don't forget to put your bracket back on there. And definitely, before you put your bracket back on, make sure you get your nut back on there and get that hooked up the right way. And then don't forget the little plug as well, which is right here. Plug that in. I'll plug that in real quick. It's a real easy plug in, just like so. It's got a little rubber boot. Make sure that's on there, not secure. And the connector goes in there. Just taking some nuts. Get that back on there. And after you got all the stuff tightened up, you're pretty much good to go. That's all there is to it. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again.
Well guys, unfortunately that's all the time I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I did making it. And fortunately, you can catch me again right here on Fixbook tomorrow on my next video. Just don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave lots of comments down below. Well, thanks again guys for watching, and see you tomorrow right here on Fixbook.